not as simple as saying, I put myself first. That's not prioritizing. That's just putting yourself first. That is just lip service. There is a deliberate action involved in prioritizing yourself, where you are not only putting yourself first, but you are admitting to yourself that you are more important than anyone else in that moment.
You're listening to I Have Given My Answer with Liz Gillum of E616 Consulting. If you're ready to take part in the conversations that give Black women the comfort, the community, and the confidence to live our lives freely, recognize our true worth, and embrace softness, and I know you are, then you are in the right place. I am your host, and you can join me each week as we talk honestly and authentically, freely, and in our own words. There is no one here to disappoint, no one here to judge, just Black women supporting other Black women. If you are ready for that community, then step into the right place. Hey y'all, I am so happy that you're here. Listen, we're going into month 3. Thank you all for being on this journey with me. I'm so honored that you have chosen to continue to follow this path to community and comfort and confidence with me. The first week we get into it where it's just me. And I decided to give you all a little treat today, a little sneak peek into the My Time, My Way challenge. This was our hottest day of the challenge. Everybody said I was coming for their edges, so I figured I would share a little bit of that love with you all. So today we're talking about prioritizing ourselves, what that means, and what it actually looks like. So I hope this works for you. I hope this moves you, and I hope you decide to prioritize yourself today. Get into it.
I'm very excited about today. Very excited because today's focus is focus. That is today's focus. Let us review the SHIELD framework. So the SHIELD framework, the first thing there is self-preservation. We're here to worry about ourselves first. We are in here to save ourselves. We got. But we also got to focus on ourselves. Self-preservation, healing, intentionality, empowerment, liberation, and discipline. That is the shield that we are putting up to take care of ourselves. And that shield comes together very simply in these 4 spots: listen, prioritize, focus, and then engage. We don't engage with others until the very end of any of this. Listen, prioritize, focus, all of that is working on yourself. Yesterday, we listened. Today, we are prioritizing. I misspoke. I said focus. That's tomorrow. See, I'm getting excited. I'm getting ahead of myself. Today, we are prioritizing ourselves. Are y'all ready for me to come for your next? Put neck in the chat because I'm coming. So put neck in the chat. Let me take a sip of my coffee in my little Nas X mug because, again, I'm a menace, just like he is. So go ahead. Put neck in the chat. Put neck in the chat. Give me a second to get ready. Y'all ready? Today's focus is prioritizing. We are here to prioritize you. We are here to prioritize you. It's very easy to say, I make myself a priority. It's very easy to say, I am the priority. It's very easy to say these things, but I want you to know the very definition. We preaching today. I ain't even gonna lie to kick it. We preaching today. The very definition of prioritize, because it is a verb. It requires your action. It is a verb. It's determining the order for dealing with items or tasks according to their relative importance. I'm going to say that again. Let's say it a little bit more slowly this time. To prioritize, the verb is determining the order for dealing with items or tasks according to their relative importance. It's not as simple as saying, I put myself first. That's not prioritizing. That's just putting yourself first. That is just lip service. There is a deliberate action involved in prioritizing yourself, where you are not only putting yourself first, but you are admitting to yourself that you are more important than anyone else in that moment. Deliberate action where you must admit to yourself that in that moment, you are the most important part, most important person, most important task. It's you. And that is something that you have to do over and over and over again. It can't just be done once and then set aside. Now, y'all are not talking to me today like you were yesterday, and that's fine, because I feel like you're out there cringing, and that's good. I welcome the cringe, because I know that cringe. I do it too, because I also cringe when I have to admittedly put myself first. Admittedly put myself first. And I hear you all already, but Liz, if I don't take care of my kids, who will? But Liz, if I don't run my business, who will? Liz, if I don't do my job, they'll fire me. What's the common denominator in all of those things? The common denominator in all of those reasons and excuses is I. Liz, if I don't take care of my kids, who will? Liz, if I don't run my business, who will? Liz, if I don't do my job, they'll fire me. Well, yes, sis. If you don't take care of your kids, who will? If I don't run my business, who will? But if it ain't no you, then what? That is the common denominator. If it ain't no you, none of it gets done. It is time to not only put ourselves first in word, but in understanding that we have to make that decision and the deliberate effort to tell others right now, I am first. And you have to wait your turn. That is prioritizing yourself. That is the deliberate action involved in saying, I am the most important item or task right now. Let's go over the definition one more time. Determining the order for dealing with items or tasks according to their relative importance. Right now, I am the most important. By showing up to these lessons, you are prioritizing yourself. You are saying, right now, I am the most important task. Now, I want you to go ahead and sit with that for a second. And I know we don't like to hear it because that's not what we were taught. Because now I'm finna get in your mailbox. Now I'm finna come down your street. Black women, we are expected to be everyone's mule. We're expected to put ourselves after everyone else. That's what we've been taught from birth. So this entire thing of putting ourselves first feels real foreign. It feels real out of place. It feels real selfish. Like, what am I supposed to do but put myself first? But then what? If I put myself first, who do I have to hide behind? Y'all not listening. Y'all not listening. If I put myself first, I'm out there on the front line. Y'all not listening. That's why we are building a shield so that you can put yourself first and still be protected, because we are all we got. Put yourself first, keep your shield out in front of you, because when you are at your best, everybody else, every item, every person, everybody else behind you gets better. That's why we got to listen to ourselves first, and then we got to prioritize ourselves. That's why you get a trainer. Learning a new language is foreign. Starting a new workout regimen is foreign. Anything that we have never done before is foreign. That's why you get somebody to walk you through it. If you're starting a new workout regimen, you get a trainer. You're starting a new language, you get a native speaker or a teacher. If you decide you want to watch Marvel movies, you get me. This is why you have to get a trainer, someone to walk you through it. And I'm telling you this because this is my job. My entire business model is focused on reminding Black women that you are the most important thing, always and forever. Without you, sis, yeah, all this shit crumbles. This whole thing is gone without you. So I'm not telling you that to make you work harder. I'm not saying, well, without you, it all goes to shit, so you got to work harder. I'm saying this to say that without you, it all goes to shit. So you need to take care of yourself. You need to prioritize yourself. You need to put yourself first. If you are still with me, you still got your edges and your neck, put I'm with you in the chat. I need to know that y'all are with me, because I'm telling you from my heart that prioritizing yourself is not an option. It's a mandate. What time is that? I got some time. You need to know that you are making the deliberate choice to determine that you are first, and you are the one who is number one in terms of relative importance at all times. At all times, you come first. You need to know that. So the follow-up, Canva, you not finna, okay, thank you. The follow-up is getting back to who the fuck you are. Listen, I know that so many of you are in jobs or positions that frustrate you because you want to do more and you can do more. Some of you were in the workforce for a long time for whatever reason, and you've put others before yourself. Maybe you don't want to go back to work. Like maybe you've been out of the workforce, taking care of kids, in school, doing whatever, and you don't want to go back to work. And I don't blame you, because capitalism is bullshit. You are not to be defined by your work. Let me say that again, because that had to really sink in for me, and I cringed when I typed it. You are not to be defined by your work. You are not to be defined by a title. You are not just someone's wife or partner. You are not just someone's mother. You are not whatever your current job title is. You are who you are. You are a beautiful Black woman who deserves every good thing just because she exists. And because of that, you deserve to be prioritized. You are defined by being exactly who you are, period. So the follow-up today is getting back to who the fuck you are, period. You know I love the number 3. 3 is a simple number that you can work with. So let's talk about different ways to get back to who the fuck you are. Listen, invest in personal and or professional development. Now, this is the time where you get to invest in the things that you like. Stop putting all your money into the kids. Now, I promise you, if y'all got them kids go hungry, We gonna fight because you're gonna tell somebody I told you to do it. I ain't say that. I ain't say that. But don't feel guilty when it's time to get yourself something. Get yourself the shoes, get yourself the dress, take the class, listen to the song, go to the concert, do stuff for yourself. Invest in things that make you happy. We talked about what makes us happy in day one. Go back to that list. How can you invest in that? Make that stuff more prominent in your life. How can you do that? Maybe you want to invest in a craft, maybe a sport, maybe you want to get some more rest, maybe you want to get a massage, maybe it's personal coaching for whatever is important to you. I don't know. Maybe it's being really fucking good at your job because you paid to go to extra trainings. Maybe it's taking the money and time that you would spend on others willingly and putting some of it on yourself. I know what it's like. When Adam asked me for something, yeah, baby. I mean, not all the time, but if he needs to go to the doctor, if he needs to go to an extra dance class, if he needs a uniform, money, 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 you get it. I have to be walking on the floor to get myself new shoes. Now, what I look like, that's crazy. I have not dissolved my person because I am his mother. I'm still here. I still deserve the things that make me happy. Do not forget that for a job, for a partner, for a child, for a family member, you deserve the things that make you happy. It is time to invest in you. So get back to who the fuck you are and invest in yourself. Number 2, practice self-compassion and positive self-talk. Now listen, I know we have days. I know we have those days where we don't feel like we're getting it together. But I'm going to tell you that even on those days, whole days, that's just a series of moments. It may be even just one moment that spreads and dampens your entire day, but it's not something for you to completely dissolve over. It's not. Be kind to yourself. Do not say to yourself what you wouldn't say to your kid. Do not say to yourself what you would not say to your kid. Do not say to yourself what you wouldn't say to your best friend. And my God, please do not say to yourself what you wouldn't accept from anybody else. If you wouldn't let nobody else talk to you crazy, don't talk to yourself crazy. Don't speak to yourself in ways that you would not speak to others. And don't speak to yourself in ways that you wouldn't accept from others. Put yourself first. Prioritizing yourself means giving yourself the same kindness and compassion that you give others. All that grace you give other people is yours. You want to give people kindness and compassion and grace from your heart. People always say you can't give from an empty cup. Not only can you not give from an empty cup, I don't want you giving from a full cup. Your cup is your cup. I want you to give to other people from the overflow. All that stuff that's coming out of the cup, that's what they get. But if your cup isn't, I don't even want you giving from a half a cup. I want you to give from a full overflow cup. Let them get the extra stuff so that you can have as much as you need for yourself. If no one has ever told you that you are worth this much, I'm telling you that right now. I don't want you giving all of your stuff away to make somebody else feel better. We're not falling on the sword. We're not martyrs. We're women. And we're building a sword so we can stand up and guard ourselves. The last thing, prioritize self-care routines. We taking bubble baths and massages. I mean, sure, maybe. If that's what you want, if that's how you care for yourself, then girl, take that bubble bath, take that massage. But we could also be talking about the very simple act of caring for yourself by putting yourself first, right? We could be taking a solo vacation that gives you time to breathe. Maybe you don't want to be gone for 3 weeks. Maybe I don't recommend being gone for 3 weeks, but maybe a night away at a hotel quarterly, monthly, so that you can have a night of silence, a night to think. If you are working on your own business, if you are in school, get a night away where you can just have quiet, where you can sit in a robe and eat your snacks and have Cheeto dust on your fingers and in your hair, and no one's bothering you. You deserve peace and quiet, and get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to focus on all that other stuff. So it might be taking a solo vacation at regular intervals, monthly, quarterly, yearly, do a staycation. I don't care. Kick everybody out the house. That is something that you can do to take care of yourself. It might be getting up a little bit earlier and meditating before the chaos of the house starts to kick off. Alternatively, it may be staying up a little bit later to meditate after the chaos of the house has died down. But it's caring for yourself in small ways that you can turn into big routines. Prioritizing self-care may be exploring your sexuality or your sensuality in ways that feel good to you, because a lot of times, and that's a whole other webinar series, a lot of times we don't get to do that. We weren't raised that way. Time out for all of that. That was probably the first layer of activism I ever did. Time out for all of that. Maybe it's letting yourself dance your cares away every hour on the hour. Set yourself an alarm. At 4 o'clock, you get up and you dance to one song. At 5 o'clock, you dance again. At 6 o'clock, you dance again. Whatever you need to do to put yourself first, caring for yourself has to be first order of business and second nature. 1 and 2. It's got to be your first order of business and it's got to be second nature. If you're still with me, let me know. Because I know I'm loving on you, but I'm also pushing you. I'm doing a little bit of both. I got the iron fist wrapped in the velvet gloves. So I got a little bit of both going on, but this is so important to me because I need for you all to understand what it is when I say prioritize. Again, it's not enough to just say, I put myself first. Yeah, Liz, I put myself first. Are you making that deliberate choice every day that you are first, that you are the person, that you are most important? Make that choice that you are most important when the time comes. You have to, because ain't nobody else gonna make that choice for you. I promise you that. Nobody else will make that choice for you if you don't show them how to do it. No one's going to prioritize you if they don't know how important it is to you. Put yourself first. You can do that, sis. Start with little baby steps. Start with little baby steps. You can put yourself first.
Yo, I told you I was coming for your edges. I told you I was coming for your necks, but I do it in love. Take the time this week to put yourself first. You deserve it. You need it. And I guarantee you it's been too long since you've done it. Listen, if you want more, keep going to our website. Keep up with us on Instagram and Facebook. We are having a new workshop on April 27th. Let me get my dates right. And April 29th. It's 1 day. So if you're a night person, we got one for you. If you're a day person, we got one for you. But we're going to be talking about putting up the shield and keeping yourself protected. So keep in touch with us, get at us, hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, join our mailing list so you can be in the know when that comes up. Next week, we'll be back with another guest and we'll keep this party going. Have a good one, y'all. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of I Have Given My Answer. This week's episode was produced by Oz Longworth Jr. of Longworth Media Solutions. We hope that you have been reminded that you are enough. Be sure to come back next week where we'll have another conversation to remind you just how wonderful you are. We here at E616 Consulting keep Black women grounded in love through community, comfort, and confidence. And we can't do that without you. We can't wait to hear how this episode touched you because we know it moved our souls. Sis, you are enough and we love you for it.